welcome to the session. This is Sweta, your English Master Teacher at Vedantu. Hope all of you doing super amazing. And today we are going to begin with the second session of the snake trying. Right, I hope you've already visited the previous session where I have discussed the complete poem line by line. I had analyzed the entire poem along with the poetic devices. Right, so today we will be talking about the theme, title, important questions. So I would be beginning with a quote, guys. God was created, so God was creative, so he created this beautiful nature. So as I told you that, in this very poem, the poetic persona is trying to focus our attention to the beauty of the nature and the living creatures, because we all are parts of nature, right? So the snake, even the snake is a part of nature, but how many of us would admire its beauty, its graceful movement? Very few, right? So the poet is trying to focus our attention towards that part. And guys, if you remember, I had asked you when we were doing about the poem, I had asked you in the previous session, what do you understand by two concepts I had discussed? One was Imagism, the other was Surrealism. So guys, let's talk a little bit about, broadly speaking, in broader terms, what do we mean by Imagism? Let's not get into a great detail, because then you will be confused. Okay, so whatever you should know, the little bit that you should know about Imagism, let me talk about that. So first of all, it's an early 20th century poetic, it's a movement. When was it started? It was started in the early 20th century, okay? And it was started by Ezra Pound and few contemporaries in Europe. Now, what do we mean by imagery? So from the term itself, you can understand image. Okay, imagery is concerned with image, right? So the poet must simply present an image. He does not comment, but he shows with the help of an image, right? The poet should use the word necessary to paint the image, not to fit some type of rhythmic pattern. That is free verse. In this particular poem also we do find free verse, right? No rhyming pattern, no rhythmic pattern. But what are we presented with? We are presented with an image. The poet is not commenting about anything, but he is just showing us an image, right? So, and the second concept that we had talked about was surrealism, and this poet is concerned with both imagism and surrealism. So therefore I just want to give you that information which is relevant to this particular poem, right? So what is surrealism? It's a movement that focuses on telling a story or conveying meaning via language or imagery. So here also the focus is on imagery. Sometimes it is not logically connected, okay? It is often confusing. If you look at Salman Rushdie's The Midnight Children, that's also surrealistic, narration. Okay, so there are a great number of surrealistic narrations, stories or novels. So basically, what we should understand is uh, it conveys a meaning, and this is also somehow related with imagery. Okay, and let's talk a little bit about key characteristics of surrealism. The things that you should know. वैसे तो there are great detail, we have to go into depths, but that is right now not required. So whatever is required for you, just a bit of that information I want to give you. So the unconscious mind, okay, irrational elements and dreams and fantasies, these are some key elements which we find in surrealistic narratives. Okay, so that is something which we need to understand. And here we will, in this poem, what we find is we find imagery. Okay, what we find is, related to imagism. That is more relevant in this particular poem, although Ross was connected with both surrealism and imagism. All right, guys. So now coming back to the poem, the theme of the poem, right? Of course, it's prevention of cruelty towards animals, because the snake was trying to escape the pursuing stick and the poet wanted it to go unharmed, to escape unharmed. The poet develops this thought by requesting people to maintain ecological balance. Okay, so if we harm any species, in this particular case, he's talking about snakes. So if we cause harm to anything, we will disturb the ecological balance. And again, it is related to nature. So everything, whatever is there in nature, it's wonderful. We should appreciate that, right? Since all snakes are not venomous, they are harmless and attack only those, attack only at the time of self-defense. So they should be left on their own because they also have a right to existence. So yes, live and let live is the concept here. And talking about the significance of the title, as I told you that when we talk about the snake trying, it arouses a curiosity in our mind. We are curious in nature. What is the snake trying? है ना? What is the snake trying? So that makes us curious and we want to read the content, right? We want to go ahead and read what is next, what is given in the poem by reading the title. So it is kind of, grabbing our focus. So the title reveals that the snake is making an effort, that is trying. The snake trying, that is, it's making an effort, right? So it is reinforcing the idea, okay? The trial of the snake, the trying of the snake. Now, what is the snake doing? Now, when we read the rest of the poem, we learn that the snake is a victim and trying to save himself from someone who is chasing him, okay, to kill him with a stick. So therefore the title is apt. Why? Because it is indicating the inquisitiveness. Inquisitiveness is again curiosity of the reader, and we are, ready to find out the snake's efforts. So for that we read the rest of the poem. And next we see the message. What is the message of the poem, guys? Very simple and clear words. It's conveying the message that all the creatures, okay, they need to be treated in a kind and sympathetic manner. Even snakes should not be attacked because they are not harmful unless provoked. Moreover, there are certain varieties of snakes which are not poisonous and therefore they are harmless. So guys, I hope you are enjoying the session, and in the next, I will be moving ahead. After this, we will be moving ahead with the important question and answer. So please stay tuned. Do not go anywhere. So if you want to join us further, you can visit the link in the description box and pinned comment. You can enjoy unlimited live classes with fun and high-level quiz questions. So in our YouTube sessions, we have live classes, but we have limited number of live classes. But in our platform, we have access to unlimited live classes, and in all the classes we have quiz questions. So learning with joy, interactive learning, and making learning very simple for all of you. And also you can compete with the students throughout the world, so enhancing your depth of knowledge, okay, with the help of discussion and debates always in every class. Even if you you also have access to the recorded lectures. I mean, if you let's say miss any lecture, that is there also. But even those lectures, if you watch the replay, you can participate in the quiz even there. So that is also having live quiz questions and leaderboards, which will help you to understand your overall class performance. So that is very, very important for you to analyze yourselves, right? Plus, you can also get the content with the handwritten notes of the master teachers at the end of each class. So problem related to notes solved. Plus, all the doubts that you are going to have is going to be taken care of in each session with the help of our superb class teachers, a team of class teachers, and they will be there throughout the session helping you out and catering to your problems, your doubts. And that is going to be super, super, super helpful for all of you. Plus, after each and every assignment, so each and every session you got assignments. If you solve those assignments, you'll be able to understand how much you've understood and grasped the content. Plus, we give you quality tests. Okay, so those tests will be helpful in analyzing and assessing yourselves, because we also give you the performance report. That is very essential. So revision becomes absolutely easy and very thorough. That boosts your confidence up. Plus, we have chapter-wise courses. Chapter-wise courses is very, very important. If you have any problem related to any particular chapter, right now my micro courses have also started. So you can, take the micro course related to that particular chapter. plus crash course. Yes, you also have access to crash courses, and these all are free. Okay, recently crash courses have also been launched. These are all free. You do not have to pay any extra amount for this, and all this you will get at a very less price. You just need to visit the link in the description box and use the coupon code SWREPRO. So here you have, if you apply this coupon code, you can see the amount of discount that you get, right? So per class price, it's only 8 rupees, right? So that is very, very, very affordable, guys, till March 21, that is. So you just need to visit the link and use the coupon code SWREPRO. All right. So very less time is left if you want to, enhance your studies, guys. So I think you should definitely go for it. And it's not just for your present, it's also for your future, because unless and until you have that depth of knowledge, it will be very difficult. If you keep on piling up your doubts, you do not get it cleared, then it becomes very difficult, not only for your present but also for your future. So guys, don't worry, we are there for you. You just need to visit the link and use the coupon code. And yes, we are there for you. So let us study together, let us have fun together, let us enjoy learning together. So now we will be coming to the important question and answers from this particular chapter. Okay, so let's see the very first question. What impression do you form of the poet in this poem? So what can we talk about the poet? We can understand that the poet loves nature and all its creations. As I told, as I began the very poem with a quote on nature, right? So God is a creator because He's created a beautiful world, beautiful nature, right? So He finds the snake and its graceful movements beautiful. He's compassionate and He does not want the snake to be harmed. He tries to stop the person with the stick attacking the snake, and he's happy to see the snake glide away. And he's happy to see the snake escape and save his life. Okay, so here the snake becomes the victim at the hands of the humans. So it is not the human beings who are in danger over here. According to the poet, it is the animals who are in danger, right? So he wants all of us to go ahead and appreciate the beauty of nature and its creatures. All right, and not to cause harm and disturb the ecological balance. All right, guys, so that is the answer. Next question is, do you think that all living beings should have love for one another as the poet has also expressed similar feelings? Give a detailed answer. Yes. So this is the basic theme. This is the basic theme of the lesson. What is that of this poem? That people should love one another. We should have love, compassion, empathy for each other, for all the living creatures, right? So human beings must have love for one another, as love is a natural and easily understandable phenomenon. Okay, and love is a godly quality. We should have love in our heart. The poet has deep rooted love and he expresses his emotions towards the snake. Okay, appreciates the beauty, appreciates its graceful movement. Okay, um, right. So love is everlasting and it never comes to an end. So here he's talking about loving and having compassion for all the living creatures. And of course, we will talk about love of nature, as we have talked about this already in the previous slide. So please incorporate the points from the previous slide here as well. All right, guys. So love is a common language. It's the quality of love alone that spreads peace and harmony. And if we disturb, so it will also not disturb. If we love the animal world, if we love all the creatures, so loving all creatures would keep the, or would maintain the ecological balance, right? So that would again make earth a place worth living, worth enjoying, right? So it can be clearly said that love is an essential part of our life, so everyone should try its best to promote the feeling of love, harmony, compassion, okay, compassion, empathy. Okay, so these are the feelings which the poet wants to arouse in our hearts. ठीक है? Next, in this poem, Ross presents two divergent attitudes towards the snake. Discuss both the attitudes. Right? So here he presents two divergent attitudes. The man with the stick shows cruel and unsympathetic attitude. Okay, he believes that snakes are poisonous and threat to human beings, and we all, most of us would also believe the same. Right before reading this poem, most of us also had the same idea. So the moment we, and this happens, the moment this is a real life experience, right? The moment we see a snake, we either try to escape or we try to kill that snake, right? So because why? Because we consider that to be harmful. So uh, therefore, although this particular snake is lying comfortably, even if we see, even if we visualize, even if we, sorry, witness a snake, just like the man in the poem witnesses a snake lying comfortably on a sandy bank, but still we are afraid. Why? Because we think that it is harmful, it is going to harm us, and that is why we run to drive it away with a stick. Okay, how many of you have done the same which has been described in the poem? I think most of us have done, right? Even either us or maybe we have seen this happening in our, near us, right? So the man chases it with the snake, with the stick the moment he sees it, and most of us would have done the same. But the poet, on the contrary, has a loving and kind attitude towards the snake. ठीक है? He finds the beauty and elegance. He does not find anything ugly or terrifying in the snake, whereas most of us would be finding something ugly and terrifying in the snake. So, just opposite to that, just in contrast to that, the poet finds it beautiful, which is very surprising for all of us. Don't you think so, guys? And the way he describes the look of the snake, that displays appreciation for the appealing looks of this creature, which very less people would do, right? So he also seems to have a thorough knowledge of the behavior of different varieties of snake, right? He informs the man with the stick that the snake is a thin and having a green body, so that is definitely harmless and it would not even harm children. So he does not want this kind of harmless snake to be killed. Okay, he wants empathy, he wants compassion in the heart of that man who was trying to kill the snake with his stick. So he should be permitted to escape to safety. So animal love is something that we are seeing over here. Okay, he wants the snake to be safe. Okay, so he feels happy, he feels satisfied when he sees the snake escape safely by hiding himself among the reeds. That was a very important question, guys. If you understand this question, you can answer any question that can come in your paper. Okay, so please pay attention to this. Now, what characteristics can be noted about the poet from the poem The Snake Rhyme? Okay, about the poet. Okay, we have done a similar question in the very first one. So definitely we will be talking about the caring, compassionate nature. So we values of gentleness, kindness, sympathy, right? So also we can see that he knows the scientific reasons when he says that all the snakes are not poisonous, right? So uh, we can also say that he was an environmentalist, right? Who believes in preservation. So when he says that, when he actually wants to maintain the ecological balance, so definitely we can say that he was an environmentalist. His profound sense of love for the snake, okay, deep understanding about the behavior of snake, right? So all these are the features that we find in the poem and in the poet. And I hope you've understood this poem now very well. I don't think there is any confusion that should be there. If there is any confusion, guys, please do let me know in the comment section. And don't forget to hit the like button, share the video amongst your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you, guys. See you very soon in the next session. Take care. Bye bye.